Greetings, gentle viewers!
And howdy howdy!
Last time, I complained about a lot of things! But I shall stop. I will not complain about those things anymore. I will find new things to complain about! So come, let us explore the subway so I can! It'll probably be the wristband.
Speaking of finding something to complain about, we're the Bittersweet Gamers.
We've probably used that one 5 or 10 times, don't you think?
Are you complaining? And I'm We Squared! BSG Outsies. Excuse me?
Okay. I was about to ask who is controlling them, but
way too many
I guess we got our answer.
Let's go back.
Yeah, Monokuma dance party, probably bad.
Aw, I wanted to join in.
There's too many of them. It's too dangerous to go that way.
Then what should we do?
We can't go past the turnstile. We haven't bought a ticket. That would be stealing, and stealing is wrong.
Don't ask me. I'm not your personal GPS.
Sorry, you're just so reliable, I thought I'd ask.
Well, since you worded it that way.
Reliable? Well, it is true that my brain is far superior to yours.
I like how being complimented makes her drool a little.
I don't.
Now, let's see. It might be better to head back underground for now, to find another exit.
Back through the underground? Are you sure you're okay with that?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're afraid of the dark, aren't you? The underground is pretty dark.
She's just complaining. It's not like it's necessarily a lie, but she's just complaining.
Yeah.
Like, what else are you supposed to do?
Shit!
Or she just forgot for the moment. Okay.
Oh! Are you trying to be an example? To show me how to go forward, even if you're scared.
Yes?
I see. As expected of a true mentor.
Praise stab waifu more, Komaru.
I wonder what happens if I shoot their mask with a brake bullet.
Nothing. Because, you know, the beam went right through. They're actually transparent holographic projections. Thanks. Cool.
Okay.
Is that a new kind of bullet? This looks pretty useful.
But this gun belongs to Future Foundation, right? So why are the kids giving me bullets?
That is a little suspicious.
Well, Nagito removed all the different types of functions due to game balance and has now passed them out amongst the kids to help them play their game because he's their servant, right?
Well, that's also still suspicious when you really think about it.
I guess maybe. There might be some kids in the group who want to support us.
That's also possible.
Huh? Support us?
Yeah, it does seem unrealistic that every single child just went crazy.
But who cares about that right now? Let's just look for the exit.
Yeah.
Nothing else we can do. Besides, if we play their game, we'll eventually have beaten all of the kids. And maybe that will actually free the Kuma children.
Just gonna equip this for no reason whatsoever.
It'll definitely be less irritating
It's that shield guy again.
than dealing with the shield guys the way we were before, which was like dancing them from the side.
Counter it with the new ammo.
Tutorial, etc. They'll just sit there and wait.
Well, that's convenient of them.
Oh, wow. And the shield really is gone.
Shut up!
That shield is so sturdy. Is it Lumen?
What?
It's Duralumin.
Yeah.
Yeah! Like from Danganronpa 2.
That's not the only time I've seen Duralumin, but it's not Jello.
This is just too much. Out of the question. This creepiness is just Out of the question.
It's all well lit. What are you even on about?
Isn't it just going to get darker if we keep going? Is it really going to be okay?
No, we're all gonna die in pitch black, no less.
We shall be eaten by a grue.
It's probably gonna be fine.
I cast magic missile.
Oh, you suck at cheering people up. Can't you choose your words more wisely? Well, I'm sure you're just laughing at me in your head, thinking I'm just some scared little girl.
I'm not laughing about it. I don't like dark places either. But honestly, for some reason I feel at ease.
Why do you feel at ease? You enjoy taking pleasure in other people's suffering?
It's because you're reliable, senpai. Stab, senpai?
My suffering tastes delicious and you're planning on a 4-course meal, huh? You sure have a bitchy personality. You're the type to talk trash at a wedding, aren't you?
It's so nice to see how well they're getting along these days.
I didn't mean it like that. I just mean that I'm sure you're working hard too.
Of course. Even I'm at my limit. I'm scared of blood and the dark, and I'm just so tired, but there's no choice but to do it.
Just think of Master Byakuya, and he will give you strength. And he'll give me the willies.
I'm not some crybaby, whiny, airheaded girl.
Whiny crybaby. What?
What was that?
Sweet revenge!
Sorry. I tried to scare you, but then your reaction scared me.
And then her reaction scared me, and my reaction scared David.
Actually, I just yelled out of obligation.
Huh? You really are an idiot.
I was just trying to ease the tension a little.
Yeah, well, now I'm more afraid of your stupidity than the dark.
All right, then you have no complaints going forward, do you?
Oh, sorry.
Making a shopping district underground like this? What was the administration thinking?
This is normal,
Maybe
isn't
it's
it?
subtle political satire?
No, you see this all the time. What are you even doing? Jeez.
Smacking it with a stick? The children playing with the bodies. They're different than the ones who give us items. They look the same, but something's definitely different about them.
Well,
Just like adults, some are good, some are bad. Don't waste time thinking about it.
As far as these kids go, what choice do they have? These kids literally are killers.
Yeah.
The ones that don't like going along with them, they don't have a choice but to go along with the Warriors of Hope and any of the kids that have actually been brainwashed by them. They'll tear anybody to shreds.
Yeah, we saw what they did to Masaru.
Not only that, the brainwashed Kuma kids, maybe they even killed everybody that the kids who don't like this ever loved or cared about. Like, what are they supposed to do? It's the most horrible, inhumane. Then do you think the ones who help us know it's wrong to kill adults or anybody else? But now that you mention it, didn't you tell me before that they seem like they're under orders?
We did briefly see Shirokuma, who bears a striking resemblance to Usami.
Also, this is an organized game, so it could all be part of the game. Like,
Yeah.
lead the demons around until you get to one of the Warriors of Hope who dramatically takes out the demon.
Yeah.
That's what my take was.
Well, it's just the kids are also giving us truth bullets to help defeat the Warriors of Hope and whatnot.
Well, there's other influences, perhaps.
Right. And didn't I tell you it's a waste of time thinking about brats who've gone insane?
If you say that, then BSG will have no content.
If you have the energy to think about nonsense like that, use it for picking up your pace.
It's dark around that corner.
Sorry.
Well, I can't help but wonder about it. What are you doing? And is that a video camera? My God, look at this.
This is just vile.
Why? She
Where are these Monokumas coming from?
Why? Try hitting one with a knockback just to see what it does.
Whoa!
So it doesn't hurt them, but that's what it does to them.
Yeah,
Well, it sounds like it might actually be a one-hit kill on a bomber.
that's what it said, because it would make them blow up.
Maybe. Children's Paradise Commandments 2. Number 1.
Wash hands before a meal.
Number 1.
Play video games no longer than 8 hours daily.
Number 1.
If you ever feel like you are showing signs of reincarnating into a demon, take responsibility and end your own life.
Number 1.
Anyone who breaks these rules will suffer the punishment.
Number 1.
Hold in their poo all day after a big barbecue.
Number 2.
Toko, I think we can get out from those stairs.
Yeah, I heard it before.
You're right. Let's head over there.
Wah wah.
There it is. Monokuma.
I like how Toko just ran in the way and then ducked. And then again, it is convenient when she uses her body as a shield.
I mean, she doesn't take damage.
Number 2! Isn't that what Nekomaru said? By the way, perhaps there may be some of you who do not understand why we are constantly screaming about bodily functions every time we see a reference to Nekomaru. The answer is very simple. In fact, even during our Danganronpa 2 Let's Play, people seem to forget why we did that. It's because the most important thing that you see Nekomaru doing, that the earliest point, is in Chapter 1, when there's like the whole bathroom follies thing going on with him and Peko, and he keeps screaming out shit over and over, and so that was like really our first impression of the character. Thus, such an impression remains to this day.
Mastering disappointment.
You over there! Move back! You over there! The one who wants to escape the evil immediately! This book will save you! A way to obtain the new stress-free life devised by spiritual counselor Mr. Kosei Hatanaka is within this book!
Okay.
Ultimate disappointment.
Various regrets accompany life. Messing up at work, rocky relationships. If only I had done things differently. If only I could go back to that day. Have you been looking to the past lately? What you need is to master disappointment. Because you haven't been able to properly attain ultimate disappointment, you will forever be stuck in the past.
Ironically, if you take out the hyperbole in this, I actually think this is pretty appropriate.
Acquire the skill of disappointment so that you may finally begin looking towards the future.
Yeah.
A guidebook to life that shines upon tomorrow, written by an author who has seen so much of the world, living in a pharmacy until the age of 10.
As one does. See the wide world living in a pharmacy until the age of 10.
What's wrong with being disappointed? Tomorrow, for tomorrow's sake.
No, I am not even joking. If you take out the hyperbole and the gags, I have never learned anything in my life without being crushed into a bloody pulp by the magnitude of everything that I lack. I'm even talking about like tying my shoes as a little kid. I couldn't learn how to tie my shoes until I was so convinced that I had literally nothing. No basis for anything to stand on. Do I perhaps sense that maybe you think this is weird?
Perhaps.
Huh. I don't really like books like this. I feel like I'm being scolded or something.
So vulgar.
Right off the bat, the introduction's pretty fishy. Tomorrow and future and you.
Yeah, all the self-help book buzzwords. I hate that crap.
I can't believe how often I used to get suckered in by books like this.
So you do read this kind of stuff? I thought you were all about pure literature, not middle-aged woman self-help.
Nothing.
I mean, in the past, I perused some when I was a weaker woman than I am now.
Dissociative identity disorder and you? How to deal with your other half? A weaker Toko? I can't even imagine it. From what I see, Stan-senpai, you're so pure and strong and brave and reliable and helpful and supportive. To me, you're always a strong person who never, ever gets depressed.
Are you blind? No, I'm not really strong. Not deep down. But if I look strong in your eyes, then I guess that means I've grown a little.
I see.
Grown, huh? I gotta do that too.
You're right.
See, this is what that book was saying. Isn't this exactly what the book was saying?
Yeah, good idea. You're pretty annoying.
Huh, you didn't even try to sugarcoat that.
But
But if you want to change, now's the perfect time for it. Or maybe it's that at a time like this, you have to change.
I have to.
Imagine being locked inside a closed space with your classmates and forced to murder them. Whether you want to or not, you change.
That sounds like an awfully specific for instance. I can't even imagine something so weird, unrealistic, and bizarre. But our current situation is even more unbelievable, really. I guess I really do have to change.
Just be sure you don't change for the worse.
And Toko, that thing you mentioned earlier about killing your classmates?
What?
Amazing!
That is such an interesting concept! What a cool setting! You should be a writer!
I am a writer!
I bet it would be a big hit! And develop a cult audience! You're so cool! Not again with this! You taunt us!
Where's the jump button? Where's the jump button? Now, I'm no fool. A Monokuma's gonna pop out of that pipe. It's going to be Plumber Monokuma, isn't it?
this door is locked.
No! My treasure!
But according to the map, that's how we get to the treasure!
I see. It looks like we can defeat them all in one go.
I suppose we're just gonna have to use knockback on the bomber, right? Because we can only use move and knockback.
Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense, and there's nothing to use move on, so... Whew.
Well, that was kind of close, but it worked.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, as it turns out.
As it turns out, close does count in hand grenades.
Please stop! Violence is a big no-no! Bullying is so uncool!
Well, I guess that's a character then.
Be using your fists to protect people instead of using them to hurt
I bet it's
people.
Shirokuma, based on the things she's saying.
What is that?
Someone's getting ambushed. We gotta go
I
save
couldn't
them!
understand a thing she was saying.
Oh, you know, violence is wrong! Things of that nature.
Someone help me! Stop it! Please stop!
Oh god!
Oh man,
No!
is it
I don't
really
wanna
gonna?
die.
Is it really gonna be another Monomi?
Yeah, it probably is.
Please no.
Well, a human couldn't have survived that!
Excuse me. Are you alright?
Yep, Shirokuma, just like you said.
It's Monokuma?
But why?
What does this mean? Monokuma's beating up another Monokuma?
Well, if it's anything like Monomi, it is definitely something that deserves, in its very nature, to be beaten up.
That's surprising. I never figured robots would have internal discord.
And just as a refresher, I despised her, and the reason that I despised her was not that her ideals, I'm not comfortable with that word, but I'm just gonna run with it so I don't sit here for 40 minutes prattling about it like I am. Crap! Anyway,
The best laid plans.
it's not that her ideals were wrong or something, it's that she would not accept what reality was.
And like her execution of the following of those ideals was bad?
All she did was cry. I do not mind people freaking out and crying, but there comes a point where you probably ought to stop. Or at least cry after, after important moments.
I thought I was gonna die.
We were so close, too.
Are you implying I should have waited and failed the event?
It talked.
How is this surprising? All the other Monokumas have been talking!
Don't be scared. It's okay. I'm not a particularly suspicious bear.
It's not that she's not suspicious, just not particularly suspicious. So she's a little suspicious.
I'm a nice bear. The kind of bear who would give my opponent the corner in Othello.
It is not fun playing against somebody who wants to lose. If you're playing a game with someone, you're trying to compete, right? Or train or something?
Oh, Maru, what are you doing? Hurry up and shoot this thing!
See, Toko understands what's going on.
Yeah. Wait, please don't shoot me. I promise you'll understand if we just talk it out.
Okay, shoot. I mean, talk it out. Go ahead.
Why are you even talking in the first place?
I mean, go ahead. Not actually shoot, but, Freudian slip.
I have an AI inside me. I'm different than the other Monokumas.
AI. Artificial intelligence. It's inside you?
Well, it's not outside of her. Waka waka waka.
That's right. I can think and reason. I won't run amok like those other bears. I'm your ally. Look, I'm all white, see?
That settles it then.
I'm a white bear, so I'd like to be called Shirokuma.
Translator's note. Shirokuma means white bear.
You know, it's kind of cute.
I'ma shoot it.
I forgive you. I forgive you.
Don't be fooled. It's more unnatural if it's all white. It's like a curry plate without the curry.
So a plate?
Don't say that. We can be friends. I want to be friends with as many pretty ladies as possible.
Pretty?
I like her flower.
He may look suspicious, but I can see he has a pretty good eye.
I see. He may be a Motomi, or maybe not, but he is definitely all about the ladies.
Toko gets easily fooled too, huh? That's right. I have a good eye for judging character. For example, just by looking at your face, I can guess the time and date of your first kiss.
Okay, shoot. It's that Freudian slip again!
Well, if you say so. Bang, bang, bang!
Huh? Oh, what a horrifying function.
It's horrifying.
I mean, if you can tell that about the first kiss, then you should know other firsts, right?
All right, this conversation has gone on far enough.
If he uses that power, he can mercilessly expose frauds who claim to be virgins.
That's what you're worried about?
Of course that's what she's worried about!
Huh?
Girl power is mostly from virginity. This is why so many girls try so hard to be seen as virgin. But if we have this one's power, we can uncover the misdeeds of those fraudulent career women.
Is this some type of anti-office lady crusade?
There's no mistaking it. This power can change the world.
I was just giving an example. And what does this have to do with our current situation anyway?
I guess you're right. I got a little heated there.
By the way, what are you guys doing in a place like this?
Well, being hunted by children.
Fragile girls wandering around a dangerous place like this is a big no-no.
Billy, what I want you to do is stare at Shirokuma's jaw.
Must I? Oh! Ah! Ah! Make it stop!
What? Are you going to lecture us now?
It's not our fault. We don't know where to go. I see. So you're drifters. Girls driven into a corner with nowhere to run. If that's the case, leave it to me. I can take you to a safe place.
Uh-huh. Also, I like the horrendous and hideous scar under the bandage where, the
Monokuma
Kumai
would be, yeah.
Huh?
A safe place? Oh, that's quite suspicious. It's something a kidnapper would say.
You went through a lot up till now, so you have trouble trusting people. I understand.
Well, in this specific circumstance, they both have reasons trusting a robot bear.
But the world is also full of amazing people. You don't have to be so pessimistic.
Sorry, but words coming out of a Monokuma's mouth aren't exactly persuasive.
Hey, where is the safe place you're talking about? Full disclosure? There's a secret base here underground where adults are living and hiding.
So we're gonna lead the children to them, who will then kill them all, or you're just totally lying to lead us into a trap?
Yes, on both.
Secret base? Did you hear that, Toko? A secret base! With adults gathered there! We should go there too, right? Hey, what do you think? I mean, what should we do?
Even though it was hard enough to find an exit, you want to keep going through the underground?
But it's dangerous to use those stairs. There are tons of Monokumas lurking around the exit.
You know, for a given definition of mono, I suppose Shirokuma is a monokuma, eh?
Yeah?
All one color.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh?
See? So wouldn't it be a smarter idea to find the secret base?
That doesn't mean this guy's telling the truth. He is a Monokuma, after all.
If he knows where the secret base is, then presumably by this point it would have already been attacked, assuming he was a bad guy.
I just want to save you. If you come with me, you can see whether or not I'm telling the truth.
When your sprite has that specific look on its face, I am somewhat untrusty of you.
You hear that? What do we do? If you think we shouldn't, then I'll go with you. But logically, this is the best option, right?
Well, if it is a trap, I was going to say we may as well just wander into it so we can beat up all the people that we can, but it also could be wander into it so all the Monokumas and Warriors of Hope then kill whatever adults are left, and that maybe isn't so good. So.
Probably not, especially if we can't save them.
This is the kind of chance that, 100 out of 100 people would take!
Like 100 out of 100 dumb people!
Just be honest and say you want to go. Jeez, you're annoying. Fine. You want me to go? Then I'll go.
Right, then let's do that! Alright, I'll lead, so follow me.
No, I really have no idea what to make of any of
Yeah.
this.
I'll leave it to you, Shirokuma.
Or what to make of Shirokuma. Like, no idea whatsoever.
Yeah.
Over there! We gotta go over there!
Point the gun.
Which way is over there?
Jeez, you're a terrible navigator.
Cower.
Yes, cower more. At least Toko has the sense to warp behind me when I point a gun at her.
It's no good. It's locked.
And there were two doors that doubtless have goodies behind us that were locked too.
No problem. Leave it to me.
Is your special power to transform your arm into a key?
Leave it to you. What are you gonna do?
If he pulls out a bazooka and blows open the door, I will not complain about him in any way, shape, or form, regardless of the future.
Oh,
What? It went inside.
I guess we'll be backtracking to all those doors with pipes then.
And it came out.
Plumber Monokuma.
Ta-da! It's unlocked now. Amazing. That's a pretty convenient body.
And he carries a fire flower. We need to get this guy a Starman.
A convenient body? That's a pretty strange way to put it.
Come to think of it, aren't either of them small enough to climb through the pipe if one of them hoists them in?
It should be even easier, yes.
Well, back we go!
Idol of the adults and loved by the resistance members, so I guess there really is a resistance then. A pacifist who believes in peace. If what he's saying is on the up and up, and he does wander out here to look for adults, I can't really criticize him. Remember, my complaints about Monomi were that she refused to believe the truth and just kept saying, no, you can't look at things the way they are. You have to look at things the way they aren't. If he doesn't do that, then I don't have any complaints.
Right.
Oh, those are complaints. Those are lots and lots of complaints.
So cruel. How could they be so cruel?
They? You're the same as them.
So I will eat a shirt if the TOWA group
Isn't behind this or related?
related to this, not necessarily behind it, but I'm assuming that the TOWA group made the Monokumas. Who knows at what point the corruption entered the process? Maybe it was all intentional. I don't know. I'm not talking about anything like that. Perhaps Shirokuma was the one that worked, that was actually what they were trying to build in the first place before it got ultimate disparified, because I will eat one of my hated socks if Monica is not related to the TOWAs in some way.
You heard it here. That's a verbally binding contract.
I don't want to eat socks and shirts, I'm just saying, but I will if I have to.
Oh.
Utax, Hunting Grounds, TOWA Bridge. A medium-sized demon with super good physical ability. Wears long shorts to look cool to kids. I am wearing shorts right now, and so is Billy.
You leave my pants out of this. Or shorts.
When hunting, lower its guard with its favorite food, sweet bean jelly, and once it lets its guard down, go for the legs. Use your special attack when it crouches down and holds its legs. The gamification makes me angry. Raise? No reason not to. He's wagging his tail.
Well, I think that's just incidental to him cowering in fear.
Oh, no, you don't. I hear you out there.
Right.
Thrilling gameplay! I will count the number of times you missed that guy, by the way.
No, you won't. Shut up. I'm out of bullets.
How are you out of... maybe you should take your equipping capacity and stuff a little more seriously.
Nah.
You'll have to use Jill. You know,
Okay then.
and I just switch back once it dies.
The website for more info.
Well done, game. You actually made me use Jill.
So what you probably should have done is either pay attention to how you're equipping your bling, or use Jill to begin with. Then
No,
you
you're
would-
right. A situation like that, I really should have used Jill. That was a perfect Jill situation.
Then you wouldn't have needed to use all the bullets. But no, I'm gonna let you do this the way you want, and then mock you brutally and ruthlessly when you fail.
Don't pretend like you were going to do it any other way.
Right, well, now that Billy is out of bullets, I equipped his bling to make it make sense.
Thank you.
Why do the children do such terrible things?
Oh well!
Well,
And you'll get more knockback bullets.
I got break bullets! Yay!
Looks like we have to time it just right.
Ah, I see.
Okay, it looks like the hard part is going to be making sure you actually hit the bomber center mass, right? To make sure that he goes straight down the middle instead
Yeah.
of off to a side or something, because
yeah.
you almost missed before.
If I was shooting him to the right before, then by aiming here, it should send him straight down the middle, like a bowling ball. I hope.
Take that!
Booyaka! Bear bowling! Bam!
Amazing. You two sure are strong. Not me. It's all thanks to this gun.
No, it's you.
Yeah! You have the strength of will to use the gun.
Don't underestimate yourself. The gun doesn't shoot itself. You're doing it.
Son of a...
Why don't you hit him with dance?
That makes far too much sense.
Then you can immediately one-shot him with a carefully lined up shot.
Yeah, but that's no fun. That's just efficient. Who wants to be efficient?
I want to choose suicide. This entire land is no good anymore. No matter where I hide, the Monokumas will find me sooner or later. I made it into the underground, but it's not like this place is going to be safe forever. I remember the bodies. All of them stacked up, like debris or discarded toys. I remember them at random times, out of nowhere. I see their faces. Will I join them soon? If I'm gonna be killed like that, I think I'd rather just commit suicide. Just end it, on my own terms. But I'm too scared to choose suicide. I'm scared of dying, and then meeting my friends in the afterlife. The ones who wanted to live so badly. I feel like suicide would be betraying them. There's no way I could do that.
I agree. Suicide's never the answer.
I think in an absolutely hopeless situation where you could do something on your terms, I think it could be fine. But if you're in a situation like this, and here I am speaking like I know, what the hell is that, right? I feel like if you're in a dangerous situation, if you reason yourself to the position of, like a legitimately hopeless one.
Right.
If you reason yourself to suicide as an act of defiance, okay, I think that's fine.
Okay.
However, if you reason yourself to, I can't betray my friends who tried to live, then I also think that's fine. Who can say in a situation like this? What I think is important is not choosing either option out of fear, but out of either a sense of strength or defiance or something.
Yeah.
I think that both could be utterly legitimate. After all, isn't giving up your own life for somebody else suicide? And why do you want to say no?
Okay, no, I kind of see what you're saying.
I mean, I'm very anti-suicide, so are you, but it's like I can see it.
Like what Sakura did in Danganronpa.
Yeah.
She gave up her life for everyone else.
She wasn't running away.
No.
Or trying to hide, or...
She was doing it to try and help everyone.
It was a positive act, not a negative one. It's complicated. Anyway.
You talked big, but you ended up killed by Monokumas, just like the others.
Of course that was gonna happen, and he knew it. How horrible.
He's even got the mushrooms.
What?
Huh? Did you know this guy or something?
No, I have no idea who he is. But an adult killed by children, he didn't do anything wrong. I never get used to seeing it. It's the worst tragedy our society has ever seen. Yes?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is potentially worse than the Bob event.
Yes, I think more than potentially.
You're a sentimental one.
If only I had more power. But even though I go into pipes and carry a fire flower like Mario, I can't eat these mushrooms to grow big. I ruined my serious moment of determination. If I was stronger, I could have prevented this. It's not your fault, Shirokuma. Come on, cheer up. Thank you.
I like Shirokuma way more than Usami.
I was about to say that same thing. He's not denying anything. He's rejecting it.
Yeah.
That is wrong. Now, Usami did that too, but she denied at the same time.
Yeah, and her manner of doing it was wrong, was bad. Just like, everyone just try and get along and be friends, and it's just like, that's not going to solve the problem.
That doesn't help anything anymore. Look at Chiaki. Chiaki was the same thing, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, but Chiaki did fantastic. No, Shirokuma is actually pretty impressive. kind of like the great courage and resolve of an extremely weak man who can do nothing. Assuming he is who he says he is and we can trust him,
Right.
which we don't know if that's the case. But if we can trust him, if he isn't lying, then I am pretty impressed. He puts himself into danger knowing he can't do anything about it, but because he tries.
Yeah, he still goes out and looks for adults even though he can't fight the Monokumas.
And even though, like, for whatever reason, he won't fight them. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
it says, you know, hates violence and fighting, he's a pacifist, okay. But even as a pacifist who won't fight, as a weak pacifist who won't fight, he refuses to do nothing. And so
Yeah.
I'm quite impressed so far.
Strange that this guy is already so close with her.
But they're both cool characters. Somehow. And so are you, Toko.
Yeah, especially Toko.
The characterization in this game, including the villains so far, look, I may not think very much of Masaru, but I mean, he's... As
It's the curse of the first character. He
Yeah.
doesn't really get room to grow. He gets offed in the first chapter.
someone has to be the first character.
Someone has to be the Leon.
And frankly, the characterization in this game is really quite stellar. It far exceeds my expectations. I thought it was going to rely more on returning characters and just living up to tropes, but instead that has not been the case. Like, well done. I'm quite impressed. Now, maybe he's a horrible liar and is going to betray us, and maybe he'll suck later on.
But for now, you know, it's amazing how blue and pink jelly people, basically in what amounts to neon jam, is able to evoke such visceral reactions because we understand what it stands for and what it means. Like, it's able to convey the weight of it without actually being graphic.
I can't really get used to it. It just makes me angry or scowl or sigh every time I walk past this. There's one more thing I wanted to say about Usami before we go. Who did she ever help or make feel better? Wasn't it just Chiaki?
Well, she tried to help other people, but unfortunately, Chiaki was the only one who could accept her specific type of support because everyone else had the same basic reaction we did, like, shut up and go away.
I wish she were better than she was, but I just can't like her. I just can't.
Ah!
Wonder what knockback does on that.
Let's find out!
Dance is probably good too. I mean, we know that is.
Monokuma's scary!
Ever look in the mirror?
Yeah, that's not really that useful. Stun lock. Maybe instead of blow all your bullets, why not use Jill?
Oh, fine! Stab waifu go! Stab waifu go!
I mean, you don't even know how to play Jill because you don't.
There! Are you happy?
I'm
was a
sorry, but I
close
don't want
one.
you to run out of bullets again. You don't find ammo pickups every 5 seconds.
You know, I think that might be my problem because I'm used to playing shooters where there usually are.
It was this easy to find? How has it not been found?
Why don't we take a break here? Of course, I don't have to take any breaks, but I was being considerate of you ladies.
Frankly, the flirtatiousness really works with this type of character.
Reminds
because
me
it's-
of Teddy from Persona 4.
Yeah, it's just so weird. you just wouldn't expect it.
Well, thanks for the thought.
You two really are strong. I'm glad you aren't my enemies.
Yeah, because I'd gun you down, white boy.
That has yet to be seen. It's not like I trust you.
But I'm really not your enemy. What do I need to do to have you guys trust me?
You're doing an okay job so far, but we're gonna need to see results in order to actually trust you.
If you happen to know anything about what's going on behind the scenes-ish because you are a Monokuma, sort of, then that would help.
Normally there aren't AI robot bears without a reason. You could give us this.
You were suspicious from the start. Awfully convenient to just run into us down here. Were you perhaps waiting for us?
We did see him kind of spying on them at the end of one of the scenes.
Yeah. Could all be a trap. It could just be to, like, lure us in with this sense of security and camaraderie and make us trust him in order to drop us into an artistic trap from the priest.
Oh yeah, hadn't thought about it like that.
It's true that I did coincidentally see you guys go down here, so I came down to wait.
You see? I knew it! You were waiting for us from the start!
But it was just so I could save you. I swear.
I don't know how he could be saving them.
We're the ones who saved him.
I was watching you for a bit, and you seemed like you were in trouble, so I wanted to save you.
What? Save? We're the ones who saved you, remember?
Oh, I'm so ashamed. Why did you want to save us? No reason in particular. I just want to save people. That's all. Huh? There's no way I should be the only one keeping his fur white during hard times like this.
Again, how impressive. It just made me think of Usami again. Her and the ultimate imposter. I can't remember his name.
He didn't have one. Remember, he was on the board as ultimate imposter. He never had a name.
No, he introduced himself in the end credits.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot.
Anyway, the ultimate imposter and Usami really kind of had the same idea, but you know, I will save everyone. I won't let anything happen to anyone. I will take care of this.
Mm-hmm.
But the ultimate imposter, aka Fat Byakuya, did so from like a position of strength and confidence.
Yeah.
Was kind of inspiring and passed out compliments. Meanwhile, Usami cried and complained.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nobody...
And the ultimate imposter gave his life for his ideals.
He even... Or the ideals of what he was, imposting. Well, I just despise Usami, and I'm continuing to relive that, I guess, but anyway.
Toko, this one is definitely...
I'll try to stop.
Even if it is telling the truth, it's still really weird. I mean, just because it has an AI, why does that make it act different than the other Monokumas?
Yeah, you can totally volunteer something.
You can ask, but even I'm not sure myself.
What's that? An AI who is unwilling or unable to give us details? Never seen that before.
The only thing I can say is that I have an AI with a personality, a special thought process. I don't know who put this AI in me, or for what purpose. You don't even know that? But it's the same with humans, right? They don't know where they came from, and why, right?
Huh.
Knowing that made me feel like I never want to be lost. I have a heart, and I'll follow it. That's amazing. You think so?
Don't be so impressed by some talking bear. Get a hold of yourself.
I don't know, I'm pretty impressed. Maybe it's all an act, but...
I can't help it. It's not like I'm special or anything. I'm just a normal girl.
I'm getting really tired of hearing that.
Now then, now that that's cleared up, it's about time we move along.
It's not cleared up at all.
See, if we go through there, we can get into the sewer.
Obligatory sewer level ho?
Huh? We're going into the sewer?
Yeah, the secret base is hidden there. Oh, but the other Monokumas don't know about it, so shh.
That's adorable.
Oh, yeah, that actually is pretty cute.
I've got my eye on you, bear.
Well, that means we completed an area, so it's a great time to end. Whew, convenient. Next time I'll try not to hate on Usami so much. Or maybe I will anyway.
Silly Daymon. I know you can't resist hating Usami. Just let it all out. Go for 30 minutes. And you can start right about now.